Hello everybody, this is Pocket Zombie. Welcome back to another Pokemon TCG live video. Today, Stellar Crown has released. Now, we're not doing like a full-on Stellar Crown deck. I still need some time to build up my collection here on TCG Live and kind of figure out what I want to do. I haven't done a ton of theory crafting. I have a couple ideas, but I wanted to do first a deck that we're going to be using quite a bit, as long as it's successful, that is. And that's going to be Dragapult EX with Xatu, because there is Dragapult gets quite a few toys in this new set, which is really nice. Is it enough to make it meta? I don't think so, but it does make it stronger. So we're going to be trying out the Xatu version of this deck. For those of you who don't know, we do a laddering series on Tuesdays here on the channel. And I've been using exclusively Dragapult Lost Zone, and that's because that's like my main deck I use in person. We got to Master Ball with it this last week. We didn't get to Master Ball on video, but I did get to Master Ball with it in this last season. And I decided I think I'm going to retire it because it is kind of inconsistent. I really like that deck a lot. It's a lot of fun. I like the resource management of it, but it is very inconsistent. And I wanted to give the Xatu version a try because of the new set. Now, this is my first attempt at it. It's gonna need tweaking, and that's what that series can be for. So this deck we're going to bring over to our laddering series, and we're going to be tweaking it, fine-tuning it. So if you want to keep up with that, be sure to be looking for those videos. I'll actually put a link to the playlist in the description below for this video, as well as the deck list for this video, for this deck, if you want to try it out for yourself. Unfortunately, we don't have the limitless card layout, deck layout, because they haven't updated yet for Stellar Crown, so all of those cards don't show up. So we're just going to use TCG Live for this. And yeah, this is my first attempt at this, so it's not going to be perfect, but we're going to see what we can do in the video. So of course, we do have Dragapult EX. You guys know it, you love it. Jet Headbutt for 70, but the big attack is the Phantom Dive for 200 damage with 2 energies, a Fire and a Psychic, and then you put 6 damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon any way you like. It's very helpful for setting up for knockouts in following turns. You can knock out little baby basic Pokemon, and it gets around a lot of things that block damage on the bench, because it's technically not damage. It's just like Dusknoir and other Pokemon that plays damage counters. It gets around Pokemon that block specifically damage done to the bench. There are things that can block placing damage counters, but they have to block effects from happening to the bench. So, we do have Dragapult EX. The nice thing about Dragapult EX is it's one of those Pokemon where it's mid-stage. Even though it is a stage 2, its mid-stage is a draw engine. Drakloak isn't as good as some other things, like maybe you think of like Kirlia. But Drakloak does allow you to look at the top 2 cards of your deck, pick one of them, put it in your hand, put the other on the bottom. So you're kind of just choosing the better of the 2 cards and cycling through with that. So we're running a 3-2-4 line, 3 Dragapults, 2 Drakloaks, 4 Dreepies. This is the number line I was running in my Lost Zone deck, so that's what I'm used to, so that's what I'm going to try first. And now going on to the Xatu. So Xatu's Clairvoyant Sensibility. Once during your turn, you may attach a basic Psychic Energy card from your hand to one of your bench Pokemon. If you attach energy to a Pokemon this way, draw 2 cards. So you're just kind of powering up your own Dragapult. It does have to be on the bench, unfortunately, which is kind of a drawback. But we're going to have some ways to get around that. And that's all Xatu's here for. If you're attacking with Xatu, you're not having a good time, basically. So I'm running 3-3 of Xatu Natu. The deck that I took reference from originally, it's a pre-Stellar Crown deck, was only running 2-2 for Xatu Natu, so maybe we dropped to that, but I figure they're important enough Pokemon in this deck that it's not the end of the world that we have a little extra. So that might be a place where we trim some fat. We just will find out. For other supported Pokemon, we have Mew EX with his restart ability. Once during your turn, you may draw cards until you have 3 in your hand, so do a little extra draw. Genome hacking, if you do attach 3 energy to Mew, you can use any attack from your opponent's active Pokemon. We have Rotom V with his ability Instant Charge. Once during your turn, you may draw 3 cards. If you use this ability, your turn ends. Early game thing. And this gives us our V Pokemon, so we can use the Forest Seal Stone, which we will see in the item cards. We also have Fezandipiti EX. Flip the script. Once during your turn, if any of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn, you may draw 3 cards. You can't use this. You can't use more than one flip the script ability each turn. Fezandipiti, I'm not sure. I really liked Fezandipiti in the Lost Zone version of Dragapult. It was very helpful. It saved me a lot. We'll see if it's good here. Like, Fezandipiti, I thought was going to be such a good card in every deck, but there's been a few decks where I'm like, Fezandipiti kind of just bones us here. Especially in single prize decks. If you're running a single prize deck, don't put Fezandipiti in there because it's a free 2 prizes for your opponent. So yeah, Fezandipiti is in here right now. And we're also running the Radiant Alakazam as our Radiant Pokemon. It helps when you're doing damage to the bench. You can move damage counters around, especially if you're not picking up KOs with Dragapult's main attack. If you have to attack Pokemon twice, then you can move a couple damage counters off, because more than likely not, you're not going to have to do 400 damage to a Pokemon, so you can tend to take 2 damage counters off to help KO something on the bench or set it up for later. And that is our Pokemon line. I wanted to get Babero in here, but I wasn't sure that I wanted to. So, things that might happen in the future with this deck, again, not right now, we might drop one of both Xatu and Natu, and then maybe Fezandipiti if it's becoming a problem, but I don't think it will be. Dragapult's better with Fezandipiti because it takes so much to knock out a Dragapult. That if they're knocking out Fezandipiti anyway, it's fine instead of a Dragapult. But we could drop one Xatu, one Natu, maybe Fezandipiti, and maybe something else, and get a 2-2 line of Babero Bidoof. Not sure. We'll figure that out. Trainers, we got a lot of them, so this might also be a trim fat kind of area. We're running a Super Rod, 2 Arven, which will help us find tools and item cards that we need. We have 2 Boss's Orders. We have 1 Briar, who is a new card from Stellar Crown. You can use this card only if your opponent has exactly 2 prize cards remaining. During this turn, if your opponent's active Pokemon, if your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack used by your Terra Pokemon, which Dragapult is a Terra Pokemon, take 1 more prize card. So that if we knock out an EX doing that, that gives us 3 prize cards, which is a really big swing back. So we only have 1 of Briar because it is only in specific situations that you can use it, so you don't want it gumming up your deck with multiple versions. This is going to be a put in your hand and kind of hang out there kind of card. Another new card, this is one of the bigger cards for Dragapult, why I decided to go to Xatu, is Crispin. Another supporter card. Search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards of different types, reveal them, and put 1 into your hand. Attach the other to one of your Pokemon, and then shuffle your deck. So, because Dragapult takes 2 different energy types, you can use Crispin, grab a Psychic, grab a Fire, attach the Fire energy to the Dragapult, and then if you have Xatu on the bench, you can use Xatu's ability to attach the Psychic energy, get additional draw. Now, the way I'm reading this, we'll find out in-game really quickly if we're able to do this. This does not count as the energy attached for the turn, I believe. So you could attach the Fire energy and then just drop the Psychic energy on there. So Xatu isn't necessarily needed for Crispin, but it's additional draw, and that's why I wanted to do it. So maybe that's more of a reason to go down to 2-2 for Xatu. We'll find out. We do have Professor Turo scenario. This is going to be for picking up Rotom V, get it off the bench once we don't need it anymore. For some reason, my Defiance Band isn't loading. This is a Defiance Band. There were lots of times when I was playing Lost on Dragapult where it's like, I just need a little extra damage, and Defiance Band will give that if we are behind. Our Forest Seal Stone, of course, is for Rotom. Help us search out the certain Pokemon we want. The A-Spec I'm using from Stellar Crown for right now is the Grand Tree. This is a stadium card, and it has a novel of a text. Once during each player's turn, that player may search their deck for a Stage 1 Pokemon that evolves from one of their bench Pokemon and put it onto that Pokemon to evolve it. If that Pokemon was evolved in this way, that player may search their deck for a Stage 2 Pokemon that evolves from that Pokemon and put it onto that Pokemon to evolve it. Then that player shuffles their deck. Players can't evolve a basic Pokemon during their first turn or a basic Pokemon that was put into play this turn. So we do need to wait a turn. But we could bulk right up to a Dragapult with this. I don't know that this will be the optimal A-Spec, but I got it from a poll, so I figured we might as well try this version first. There's another A-Spec that came in this deck, or the set, that's going to be really good for Dragapult, and it's going to be... I always call it Terra Crystal Shard, or Stellar Crystal Shard, but that's not what it's called. Let's actually look up what it is. Can I just sort by A-specs? Because, again, I don't know the name of the freaking card. Sort by type, and show all cards. And where's the A-specs? Is it not gonna... It's not gonna go by A-specs, it's gonna go by tools and stuff. Well, it is a tool, so... Where are you? There you are. Sparkling Crystal. This is another A-spec that came out with the set that is also really good for Dragapult and might be what we end up switching to. But because of Crispin, you don't necessarily need it. But here it is. When the Terra Pokemon this card is attached, you use an attack. That attack costs 1 less energy. So Phantom Dive is only a single energy with Sparkling Crystal. So it is another option. Again, we're using Grand Tree today in this version of the deck because I pulled it. That's essentially why I got priority. You could also Prime Catcher. Neo Upper Energy was like the traditional A-spec for Dragapult, but we really don't need it now that we have Crispin. It is still an option though. So yeah, Grand Tree, what we're running right now. This is the only Stadium card in this deck currently. I wouldn't mind having like Artisan or even Pokestop, but I just couldn't fit it right now. Again, as we tweak this deck, we'll see if we can get more stadiums in, because being able to combat other people's stadiums is really nice. Your A-spec being a stadium also I mean, you're trying to only do it once anyway. I mean, technically you could do a bunch of them at once. Like, you could get a Dragapult and then a couple Drakloaks, because you can just fail to stage 2. So could be really good, but it also really helps your opponent it's running any kind of evolution deck. So again, we'll see how it goes in today's videos and in subsequent videos on the laddering series. We are running 2 Iono. I don't know how I feel about Iono. Like, Iono is being less and less impressive to me. It's annoying when it used against me, and I think I just have to find that timing of when I'm supposed to use Iono against my opponent. So I don't know. We do have 2 in here. I might drop to 1. We'll find out. Alright, sorry, we had a little bit of a malfunction, but we're back. But yeah, I've been yapping, so let's not take too much longer, but just to go over a couple other things. We have a rescue board, a couple switch cards, because again, you have to be on the bench for the Xatu to work. We have the Technical Machine Evolution, which may be doubling up on Grand Tree and Technical Machine Evolution a little too much, but I like the option to be able to use either or. And right now I'm running a 4/4 of Psychic and Fire Energy. Too much? Too little? We'll find out. And I have 2 Night Stretchers, 2 Nest Balls, 3 Ultra Balls. Right, yep, 3 Ultra Balls. Super rad. And, oh, Lost Vacuum. I didn't talk about that. Not that it's a super important card, but I just like having a Lost Vacuum because there are so many times where, especially like against Raging Bolt, or even like Gardevoir, where they're having Bravery Charm attached to Pokemon. And with Raging Bolt, it makes it harder to KO them because usually you can set up for Raging Bolt KOs when they're sitting on the bench because they have 240 HP, but Bravery Charm brings up 290. And Giant Cape is also really annoying. So I like having at least 1 Lost Vacuum to get rid of that, and it helps you get KOs on things. So that is this version of the deck. Again, I'd like to give a barrel in there. I wouldn't mind actually having Dusk Noir as an option for this deck. But again, that's gonna be tweaking that we do on the other channel. For today, we're just gonna try this version of the deck. Let me know down in the comment section below things you would think would help this deck with changes. And again, if you want to try it out, the deck list is in the description. But let's get into some games. What? Let's get into some games. All right, we always choose Tails. We always lose with this deck. Typically, I think you want to go first. Evolutions and whatnot. So you're never going to attack first with this deck. So you might as well go first when you can. But my opponent does win the coin flip, so we're going to see what they decide to do. We don't get the option. Your opponent will go first. Unfortunate for us, but we will make do. All right, let's see. Our starting hand is a little Dreepy and a Radiant Alakazam. We're just going to... oh, okay. We're just going to throw down just a singular Dreepy. We have options to get things. They also have a Dreepy. Okay, let's see what variant of Dragapult they are running. We see a Nest Ball for Rotom V, which is what we're going to be doing as well. They're going to instant charge. It's fine. I do get to go second, so I do have the option of Arven as well. I can actually... Ooh, I can do a few things here. Let me Nest Ball first and foremost. We're going to grab that Rotom V. Good Arven for a Buddy-Buddy. Ooh, I just hit something on my leg. That hurt. The heck is that? Yeah, we could Arven for a Buddy-Buddy. Get a Natu and a Dreepy. Attach a technical machine evolution to our Dreepy. Get drag. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, let's do that. Arven for Buddy-Buddy. I could do Force Seal. Force Seal the tree next turn. And to just stack up. Yeah, let's do that instead. I'm going to grab the Force Seal Stone. So I'm going to Buddy-Buddy. Let me grab a Natu and a Dreepy. I could Force Seal Stone onto Rotom. I almost wonder if I should Ultra Ball for another Natu so they can't boss orders up that Natu. Or even get to a Dragapult and KO both Natus. Yeah, I think that's going to be safer. So I'm going to Ultra Ball away and Ultra Ball. And Radiant Alakazam. And let's grab a second Natu. Just to be safe. I also realized I don't have Manaphy in this deck. I'm going to instant charge. I'm not going to start Alchemy this turn. Because I don't need it this turn. And I don't need it getting Iono'd. And I don't need them using it. So they're going to play us another Dreepy. We haven't seen a Natu yet, which is interesting. So we do see the Drakloak. They're going to recontract it. The Drakloak is nice because that means they can't Dragapult with this one, at least this turn. They can't Dragapult with either. So we might be beating them to the Dragapult race, which would be really good. It would be, in fact, really good. Then you see a Buddy-Buddy and Technical Machine Evolution. Buddy-Buddy. Do we see the Natus? There is a Natu and another Dreepy. We see the Technical Machine Evolution, the Earthen Vessel. This is another card I thought about adding in here, but I figured the Crispin's covered it enough that I didn't need to. So yeah. They're going to discard Arven to grab one of each. Fire Energy on the Drakloak so they can use the Technical Machine Evolution. They'll get another Drakloak and a Xatu. Okay, so I can get to Dragapult this turn. The thing is, again, they'll be able to use that unless I somehow get a Night Stretcher, but I don't expect to. So let's use Star Alchemy. Make sure we're using that and not instant charge. We can go in here and grab our Grand Tree. Play said Grand Tree. And it's only one, so actually, I was overthinking. I thought I could get Xatu with this, but I can't. I could get straight up to a Dragapult, and I can actually Dragapult this turn. So it's not the end of the world that we don't get Xatu. We can do this. Drakloak for the active. And then Dragapult for the active. So that was cool. But is it going to work? That's the question. Crispin. So now we'll be able to see if Crispin works the way I think it does. So let's do fire. Oops. It's a drag. It's a drag situation, not a click situation. Okay, so you can still play the energy, so this is good to know. Do I have some? Oh, I have Radiant Alakazam that I can grab next turn if I want. Defiance Band won't help us right now. And I would have loved to have... I would have loved to have Lost Vacuum to then delete the tree, but we didn't have it, so we do have one of each energy here. So we can power up another Dragapult if we need. Okay, they just evolved Drakloak normally. Did they not want to use the Grand Tree? I think that stops the Grand Tree from working then. I think you have to be a basic Pokemon for Grand Tree to work. I mean, you can just fish for Dragapult normally. We're going to see the Clairvoyant Sense, so they're going to get an energy onto Drakloak. Get the draw. Going to see a Nest Ball. For whom? Fezandipiti. They're fishing for Dragapult right now. They don't have one in their hand. Did they get it? They got an Arven, so they should be able to get a Dragapult here. But do they have the fire energy? They're missing some piece right now, and I assume it's the Dragapult. But they're going to be Arven for an Ultra Ball to get it. But I haven't seen the... Okay, Sparkling Crystal will do it too. And they actually pulled up Counter Catcher, so they must have Dragapult in their hand then. You would think, but... How are they getting this Drakloak? They have a lot of things they need to do here. Earthen Vessel, so they'll be able to get the fire energy. But this... Didn't this Drakloak evolve this turn? It did. So I don't think this Drakloak can get to Dragapult. It'd have to be the benched Drakloak. Okay, here. Okay, I see what they're doing. They have Sparkling Crystal, so they can attach that to their bench Drakloak. They can attach an energy to the active to retreat into the one on the bench and then evolve into Dragapult. Here's the Sparkling Crystal. There's the Dragapult. Okay. It was a lot of pieces, but they got it. I almost... Because I could Grand Tree into a Dragapult this turn. They're going to Counter Catcher, though. My Rotom? Okay. That allows me to smack your Dragapult early. Which is not the good trade-off. Like, you get to kill a EX. Cool. Okay, you have the Rescue Board, too. But that leaves my Dragapult really healthy, which means you have to attack it more. Right? He can KO a Natu here, which is fine. So he gets 3 prize cards. But I KO your Xatu here. I could set up your Pheasant. I don't know. Just seems strange, right? Okay, they get rid of my Grand Tree, which that kind of sucks for me, but here we are. Templo Sinnoh, because you don't have to run the Neo Upper. Yeah, they're going after Xatu. Yeah, again, that was a huge mistake. Because now I just have a fully healthy Dragapult coming in and smacking your Dragapult, so I'm ahead in the fight against your Dragapult. I mean, you can take... If I don't get these two evolved, you can... Well, you can only take 1 KO, right? That's not good. Yeah, that's really not good. Hold on. I'm not getting the draw on aid. Actually, Defiance Band here to do a little extra damage. I didn't need that. I didn't need that. Because what I could do is Counter Catcher, actually. I'm gonna put a Psychic Energy on this Dreepy to kind of make it scary. Because I could take 3 prize cards here. But I don't need to do that as the thing. So I'm gonna Phantom Dive. Just KO the Xatu. Set up the Pheasant. I guess put 10 on the Drakloak. I only get the 1 prize. Another Dreepy. But see, like, next turn I knock out your Dragapult. You have a Drakloak on the bench. You can start setting. I mean, I'm talking big here, but I have nothing after my Dragapult's dead, is the thing, right? And a Recon. Yeah, not being able to get Xatu really sucked. But I wonder now if they go after my Dreepy and not the Xatu. I mean, I kind of need the Xatu. Or I kind of need the Dreepy over the Xatu, right? Ultra Ball. This is going to get them a Dragapult, so they have another one in the back. They drop... Oh, they don't need the Rare Candy. What am I talking about? You just grab the Dragapult. There you go. I'm just trying to think here. I mean, it all comes down to, like, what I do next. First off, comes down to what I pick off the top draw, because we haven't gotten, like, good supporters. We got, you know, like, the first Crispin is good. This Crispin, not so much. We gotta need more draws. I wonder if we drop down to just 2 Crispins? Maybe? But it truly depends on who they attack on the bench. Lost Vacuum, huh? I mean, that's fine. I don't need my Defiance Band. Yeah, I don't need that. It takes me 2 attacks to KO a Dragapult no matter what, so... I guess what I could have done... I could have pulled up the Fezandipiti. Well, no, I couldn't have KO'd. I need to pull up the Rotom V, KO that, put damage on the Fezandipiti and the Xatu. So then I'd be down to 2 prizes right now. And then I just need another boss's orders and pull up the Fezandipiti, right? Probably would have been better. Okay, they are going after the Dreepy. Here's an interesting thing. Okay. Night Stretcher, please, for my Radiant Alakazam. Play my Radiant Alakazam. We're going to Crispin here because I want to thin my deck out a little bit because I need something. Let's grab the Psychic. The problem is they just win next turn because Natu's here. If Natu wasn't here, we could win. But that's the thing. Natu's here, and we haven't evolved it. I have 3 Xatu. Where are they? Because I could get it to 240. Yeah, I think we just lose, unfortunately. Because Natu. Because Natu is there and not evolved into a Xatu, we lose, right? Because no matter what I do, like, I could bring up the Alakazam and attack with the Alakazam instead, so they could only take one prize off the Alakazam, but the Natu's just hanging out. So, that kind of sucks for me. Hee hee. Yeah, because I can do 300 damage to that Dragapult. Or I could get that Dragapult to 300 HP. But that's not enough. Yeah. We'll just give it to him. That sucks. Our draw was really, really bad on that, too. So I'm just thinking. Because Xatu is our draw engine. And if we don't have Xatu... I mean, and Xatu's not much of a draw engine either. So if we don't have Xatu, we just have nothing. So... Because outside of that, we have Iono. I might need to get away to get a barrel in here. But again, that's another evolution we have to do. Anyway, we are going to try another. See if we can do it a little. See if we can figure it out a little bit more this time. Okay, my opponent is using the coin flip this time. It was cool to get off the tree, right? To evolve straight to a Dragapult, but then we just floundered after that because we didn't get any kind of draw. Do you want to go first? Yes, we do. So having some kind of draw supporter, I think, is needed. Or even, like, trekking shoes. We start with the Ancient Tree. So we can't use it right away, but following turn we can. We could, like, full-on Dragapult them next turn, which is really cool. Rare Candy we don't need. We can just drop another little Dreep baby. If for somehow they KO'd this thing, but I don't think they will with Rotom. And end turn. If we don't get Iono'd here, and they, like, put a Rotom and a little dumb baby on the bench that I can KO with Dragapult, that'd be really freaking sweet. Okay, we're gonna see Ultra Ball. I don't think it'll be a little bitty baby. 2 grass. Is this gonna be... Okay, they're gonna grab Lumineon. Makes sense. Lumineon. For what? Don't be an Iono, for the love of God. Okay, I can deal with Arven. Arven I can deal with. What are you going to Arven for? Buddy-Buddy Force Seal. Makes sense. I'd do that too. But what do you Buddy-Buddy for? Beat something at 60 HP or less. Sprigadito. I mean, I'm killing... The Pidgey is perfect. I love seeing the Pidgey. Thank you for that. You're so gracious. Gonna see the Force Seal. It's gonna be on the Lumineon. They're gonna use it. I can't tell what you're grabbing with it. I'm killing your Pidgey. The unfortunate thing is they can Grand Tree... They can Grand Tree Sprigadito. Okay, this kind of sucks. Because they're gonna get to Pidgeotto. They're going to get to Pidgeotto if they have it, which means we won't be able to KO it. So that kind of sucks, but... And they get to Florgato. I don't know how much HP Meowscarada EX has. I'm going to be honest, I haven't faced enough Meowscaradas. But, ooh, this is curious. I could boss it, or... I'm going to do that. I'm going to... Wait, no, because of Crispin. I wanted a Crispin, right? We have to Crispin to get a KO here. I can also Lost on my own Grand Tree, which is kind of good. But they also can't use it next turn. This Grand Tree. There we go. I mean, I have to Crispin, right? So now we are powered. And we Phantom Dive, which will KO this Rotom, giving us an early lead. I'm going to drop everything on Sprigatito. Meowscarada has to at most have 320. And if it has that much, I'm going to drop this on Pidgeotto. Because that puts both of them into a KO range if they don't evolve this next turn. Okay, grab a Natu and a Nest Ball. Let me see Florgato. So they must have either Pidgeot or Meowscarada. You wouldn't promote it if you didn't, right? They concede. I think they thought they could Grand Tree there. I mean, we've gotten lucky enough to consistently get the Grand Tree right away. And I think we were in a really good position there. We'd have to start setting up on the bench. I could get another Dragapult if I really wanted to. Or I guess I could have just gotten Drakloak, so I could get some kind of draw. So, it is interesting. Let's do one more, though, so we can get a little bit of a better feel. And then we'll go from there. My opponent is flipping the coin this time. Water. We haven't really seen a Stellar Crown deck yet tonight, which is interesting. I guess people are also still kind of figuring things out. We saw the Sparkling Crystal with the Dragapult Mirror match. And we didn't see much of anything from the second deck. So we might even do another game. But I still wanted to include it because of how successful the Great Tree was. Because again, I think Great Tree is really good. It's just, is it good enough to be our ace spec, right? Normal deck. We start with just a Natu, but we have a bunch of... Come on. Come on. Let me play my damn card. But we have a lot of cards to get things on the bench. We have Grand Tree again. Manaphy lead. Okay, well, I have a Natu. I have Buddy-Buddy, so I can get a couple buddies out here. Do I Nest Ball this turn? Do I need a Nest Ball? What would I Nest Ball for? Rotom. Get it. Get it, got it good. I could Fire Energy to Natu, or I could Fire Energy at Dreepy. Fire Energy at Dreepy, and then let's Instant Charge. Psychic Energy to Crispin for C. Wow, that was such a good Instant Charge. Buddy-Buddy. Okay, it's a Rotom Fan, and you got the Pidgey. Rotom Fan, what are you doing? Fan call. Once in your turn, you may search for a deck for 3 colorless Pokemon with 100 HPOs. It's a Hoothoots, Bouffalants. Okay, so Hoothoot, a Bouffalant. Is there another Bouffalant? And an Ultra Ball. Okay. I'm KOing your Pidgey next turn. I'm not letting this go again. This is a Bouffalant deck, so this is a Stellar Crown deck, which is good to see. It's a Terapagos deck. Is this the Terapagos theme deck? Wait, why did you just get a bunch of HP? Oh, the Bravery Charm. That's fine. Ete. Well, here we go. We can... Let's Grand Tree first. Drakloak. Onto this little baby Dreepy. Dragapult. Onto this little baby Dreepy. Now the question is... Do I go for the rescue board? Or do I just manually retreat? Ideas. Oh, shoot, not instant charge. 4 Seal Stone, please. Star Alchemy. Let me grab Arven. Let me play Arven to grab Ultra Ball. Rescue board. Attach rescue board. Retreat the Natu into the Dragapult. Ultra Ball. To get rid of a Rare Candy. No. Yeah, Rare Candy and a Crispin. To grab. Xatu. One of my Xatus are prized. Evolve. What's your retreat cost? Okay, yeah, you can use rescue board. Into Xatu. Use. Shoot, I can't do that. It's fine. I'll just normal psychic energy attach, and then we can Phantom Dive, KOing the Manaphy, and then KOing the Pidgey. Which gives us 2 prize cards, and they can't get a Pidgeot. Fezandipiti and a Switch. Okay, they're gonna bring up the Terrapagos. They're gonna Bouffalant that Terrapagos, so it's just impossible to kill. I see you. Okay, they got the Noctowl, so they can get 2 trainer cards. Right? Look up to 2 trainer cards, yeah. I couldn't remember if it was trainers or items or whatever. Because Jewel Seeker makes it think you could only get, like, items and tools, right? But not supporters. Because supporters are people, not trinkets. So yeah, Buddy-Buddy, so I can grab another Boof. So yeah, and the Bouffalants make your guys take 60 less damage. They put down another Pidgey. I'm killing that Pidgey again, man. Unless you get another Pidgey and you just discarded a Pidgeot and a Rare Candy. Yikes. I'm killing your Pidgeys, left, right, and center. I don't care how long it takes to kill a Terrapagos. They concede. We're going to get another one because our opponents are conceding so quickly against the Dragapult. It was only the Dragapult matchup that we had a hard time with so far. But, again, these other decks aren't super meta that we're facing yet. The Sprigatito, I don't know what the Meowscarada deck was at all. I have never faced one before. But this was the new Terrapagos. And I'm surprised they conceded because they were... I think they just didn't have the Bouffalant. They didn't have another Bouffalant. So I think they couldn't get the the protection, but I was just killing their Pidgeys left, right, and center too, so they couldn't really do anything about that. So yeah, we're gonna get one more and see how she goes. See if we don't start with the Great Tree this time. Oh wow, we got a Stellar Lapras EX. Nice. I do want to make a deck with this. I don't know how I feel about Stellar Lapras EX. Because it's... Well... Like, it's kind of like... It's almost a worse Shampoo, right? Because it doesn't have the ability to get the energies that it needs. And then it's like its second attack. You get to find a bunch of energies, but you need these 3 different kinds of energies, right? So I don't know how I feel about Lapras EX. We'll see if we ever do anything with it. But anyway, next battle. All right, we're going to choose Tails. We always choose Tails, always lose. Let's see. Ads. I told you, gang. So we'll see what my opponent decides to do and what kind of deck they're running. I would like to see another Stellar Crown deck. That'd be really cool. Maybe like a Galvantula. I'm not sold on Galvantula either. Like, I'm kind of sold on the Terrapagos. I do want to do a Terrapagos Drifblim. That'd be really fun. We do start with the Grand Tree, but we have to mulligan. How has this Grand Tree been in our opening hand? It's only been opening hand 3 times. No, it has been 3 times, right? Or did we get Iono in a Great Tree once? I think we've had it in our opening hand 3 times. Well, not now, but technically. And the first time we had a Rotom for it. But we're going to get our Dreepy. I apparently don't get to see my... Oh, that's a mulligan out. I was like, apparently they're just going to play with that card face down. But it is going to be the Ogre Pawn. He's going to Bravery Charm it. That's fine. Double Turbo. That's less fine, because you could probably attack me next turn now, right? Buddy-Buddy, that's what I needed. Because we have a Xatu, we have Drakloak. I have an Iono, but I don't want to use that because I have the Xatu, right? And I have a Rare Candy, actually, so I can get to Dragapult next turn. So I think I just let them bop my Dreepy, unfortunately. No, not the Misfortune Sisters. This is just a straight up stall deck, and I hate this for me. Night Stretcher. That was it. Does this only discard trainers? Item cards. It's only item cards, which we don't have a ton of. All right. This is honestly, and they didn't kill my Dreepy. It's kind of crazy. Because now watch what I'm going to do. Look at this. Look at that. And then I'm going to Iono. Okay, I get the fire energy, but I need a psychic energy. Can you get that for me, Drakloak? Wow. Actually, it's oh, well, hold on. I misplayed. I should have evolved the Dreepy on the bench to Dragapult and then evolved the active in a Drakloak. I mean, I didn't know I'd get this perfect of a hand. Perfect of a hand. But we are going to rescue board. Retreat. We have to get really lucky here. To be able to get back into the active spot. But you never know, right? Don't. But we can next turn. That's the important part. Might as well chuck down a Natu. So we almost had a perfect turn, but a little bit of misplacement on our evolutions, right? And again, not knowing that we'd get a rescue board and a psychic energy like we needed. Or any of the cards that we needed, to be fair. We're going to play Arven. So they got rid of one of my Night Stretchers, but I have another one. Because I think they're probably going for a Mimikyu here, if I know this deck. Crushing Hammer is annoying, but that's not the end of the world. Miss. Get a Tails. Thank you. Because I'd like to get Radiant Alakazam back if they bring in Mimikyu, because then it's really easy to KO Mimikyu. Nest Ball. Rotom V. Okay. For a seal. What are you grabbing with your Rotom? So what I would love to have happen is to be able to switch my Drakloak out for my Dragapult without using a supporter. And then I can boss's orders up this Rotom. Bop this guy. Okay, he's going to KO my Drakloak, which kind of sucks. That's less draw for me next turn. Yep, demolish. But I get to freely bring my Dragapult into the active now. Which means I can still do the boss orders play here. Because I set up this Ogerpon to get KO the following turn. Forest Seal doesn't help me here. Evolve into Drakloak. Use Recon. Crispin or Rare Candy. Let me grab Crispin. Make boss's orders up your Rotom. So next turn I can Crispin if I need to. Get another Dragapult ready to go. I don't think I will have to. This gets me 2 prize cards. Super on a Lost Vacuum. Boss's orders. Okay. Who are you pulling up? Xatu? No, Drakloak. I still have a Dragapult. I still have a fully functioning Dragapult. Nest Ball. Who you nest balling? Snorlax. Okay, this is a Snorlax deck. Oh, I don't care. Right? I mean, I guess he could. Well, he's not. He can't because he. I mean, eventually maybe he can trap in something, but I'll just have to like hard go for a switch. I have Arven, so I can grab a switch. Yeah, let me just make you active, dog. Super Rod could get me... Because all my Drakloaks are gone now, right? So let me grab a Dreepy. Because all my Dreepies are also gone. Let me do that. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I'm gonna play Crispin, I think. Oh, right. This was dumb because I have to attach an energy. Frick, I did it the wrong way, too. I keep thinking the first card you pick is the one you're putting on onto the Pokemon, but it's not. So I just scuffed that, but whatever. Whatever at this point. Let me just attack. Get 2 more prize cards. To get a boss's orders. So I can get out of being trapped if they boss order something up. Because I can... Well, unless they don't play another Pokemon on the bench, right? And another Pokemon that isn't a Snorlax. Xerosix Machinations. Briar is 2 cards? I don't think I'll need Briar. I need to discard till I have 3? Blah, 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 blah. I won't need Briar, I'm going to say. Calm down, I'm thinking. Yeah, that was a sucky 06. Swing Heavy Ball. Did you find a Klefki? Klefki's not going to help you. In fact, Klefki would make me win. Neutralization Zone. I don't have my Lost Vacuum. Prevent all damage done to Pokemon that don't have a rule box by attacks from your opponent is EX. Yeah. I got rid of my stupid Forest Seal Stone, too. I could have gotten rid of that. Because I need to get my thing right. I have an idea. I'm going to put them on the back foot here by bringing in Radiant Alakazam. Crispin. I have the energies. Choose 1 basic energy card to put in your hand. No, not the fire energy, damn it. I almost did it, and I read it out loud. Psychic goes in my hand. Fire energy goes on to Alakazam. Xatu is going to Clairvoyant Sense the Psychic energy onto Alakazam. Get Ultra Ball and Professor Turo scenario. So, either way, I I win next turn if they don't do what they need to do. Ultra Ball doesn't help me here. I mean, I'll attack for 0 damage just because it's funny. But next turn I win. Unless they put down a Pokemon on the bench. In which case, we'll figure something out. Crushing Hammer. Gets the heads. They're going to knock it off Alakazam. Oh, that's a throw. They knocked it off of Dragapult. What does this do? What does this do? Flip 2 coins, put a number of cards on number of heads, discard pile on top of your deck and anywhere. That's fine. I think they only got 1 heads, because I saw a Tails on that back end. You gonna show me what card they did? I just drew Grand Tree for the win. Grand Tree is freaking crazy, man. I didn't, right? Was 70 to 70 do enough? No, it's not enough. So I still need to Arven. Like, why am I trying to get the KO with Dragapult, right? Right. It says 80. That's enough, right? Or is it it's 10 short. God dang gummit. Oh, I clicked too quick. I should have put down Dreepy again. But now you need to play a Pokemon, right? Arven. I might have thrown by doing that. So I have to start powering up another Dragapult. Crushing Hammer. Stop playing Crushing Hammer. Miss. Get a Tails. Frick! God, do I have a way to get energy? Oh, I can Arven for thing. You have to play 2 more cards for me not to KO you here. Counter Catcher, that's annoying. It's really annoying. Damn it. I got rid of my Grand Tree and I didn't even get to use it. Now I can't KO them. Hold on. I need a lot of things to go right, though. Play Arven. Night Stretcher. God, me putting that stupid Psychic Energy on the Xatu is such a waste. And now it's just hanging out there. But I can Clairvoyant Sense this back on. Rare Candy doesn't help me, buddy. Okay. We have to, unfortunately, play for next turn. I can get a Drakloak next turn. Another Snorlax. Of course. Okay, I'm going to Ultra Ball away a Natu. And a Rare Candy. Oh, wait, no. Technical Machine Evolution. The Drakloak. Just in case I need Rare Candy for Dragapult later. I don't think I will, but you never know. Recon Directive. Cool, that got me nothing. Let's grab Dragapult, I guess. Rotom V will help if I can't do anything on a turn. Iono. I mean, at least we have Crispin for draw next turn, but God, we're just not getting the cards we need. We need a switch. We have 2 in the deck. We just need to get one. And I had to use my Arven to get the stupid Night Stretcher. I didn't have to do that, to be fair. Yeah, here comes the penny cycle now. I honestly kind of need to get a Dragapult going again. Yep. Because Dragapult can one-tap a Snorlax. It's just getting a Dragapult ready to go again. I mean, I think the Professor Turo scenario, while cheeky, didn't help. Right. Let's go for the Crispin. We don't have Psychic Energies left. Frick. So I only have 1 Night Stretcher. We do get the switch, so we can at least damage the Snorlax, which is cool. So my opponent can't just hang out. They have to, like, actually do things. Why did I only do 60? It said it was doing 80. Why did I do less damage? Wait, why did I only do 60? Is it? Oh, I guess they only had 3 in their hand. I don't know why it said it was going to do 80. They did only have 3 in their hand. An energy attach. Got another switch. I can't KO it though because it doesn't. They don't have enough cards in their freaking hand. I'm gonna Ultra Ball because I need to see if I have a way to get a Psychic Energy. Otherwise, I think we just lose. Right? Here, show me all my cards. I don't have a way to get a Psychic Energy. I guess I could... set up for the KO here. So they have to penny next turn. Because this is like an exact KO here. So I can keep putting pressure on with Jet Headbutt, but I don't have Psychic Energies because I threw a bunch away like a ding-dong. Because I thought I was going to KO with Alakazam, but I wasn't. Arven. They didn't penny, though. Counter Catcher. I was like, do they have Counter Catcher or Prime Catcher? So that... I think that's just game, because now I can't get out of the active anymore. I used both my switch cards. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I misplayed it multiple times. Especially because I wasn't expecting it to be Snorlax because they were using other Pokemon first. So it wasn't ready for it to be a Snorlax, essentially. Yeah, I don't think there's any way out of this, unfortunately. I'm gonna instant charge, see if there's, like, a random card I forgot about. Yeah, none of those help. From what I hear, guys, if you want to rank up on the ladder, use Snorlax decks, because a lot of people just concede to them because of this nonsense. Misfortune Sisters, yeah. Let's see, did they discard anything that would help me? Because I used both my Switch. This is why I put Switch in my deck, is for Snorlax. But unfortunately, I didn't play it well. So, yeah, the Professor Turos on my own Dragapult was really dumb. The boss orders doesn't help. Again, we just instant charged to see if we had anything. I don't think we did, though. Yeah, we didn't have anything. Yeah. So, that's going to unfortunately be a loss there. Misplays. It happens. But yeah, I'm liking it so far. Again, I think we need... Like, in those other games... Again, those games were so freaking fast because they conceded right away. Just end... I'm going to concede if you don't just end your turn, man. Because you win. You don't need to dink around. Thank you. What was I saying? Like, those two games where they conceded, our draw engine was going. It sucks that they conceded because then I couldn't see how effective the draw engine would have continued to be, which doesn't help me figure out what I need to change about this deck, right? So that's going to be things that we're going to be looking into on the laddering videos, because I do like this deck so far. It is interesting. It's ironing out the gameplay, like Xatu putting things on the bench, not being a dingus with our like Professor Turo scenario and stuff. But this deck does need a little more work to be fully optimal. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, again, let me know in the comment section below. If you want to try the deck out for yourself, the deck list is in the description below. Otherwise, yeah, we will see you guys next time. Have a good night, everybody.